experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
Hi Trinidad and Tobago, this is your program, Hard Facts. That is aired Mondays, Wednesdays and Saturdays, starting time 12:15. We invite you to join us, my friends, those of you who are watching and those of you who have some spare time in your hands today and you would like to discuss relevant issues that is taking place in our country when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to crime, when it comes to all those things that is destroying the fabric of our society. We invite you to join us today. And I remind you and I reiterate today from 12:15 to 1:15, we are hosting a grand program, a 1-hour power pack program where we're going to highlight issues that is affecting the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago. And I say Trinidad and Tobago. For example, what is taking place with that oil spill? What is taking place with murder execution style in Trinidad and Tobago? What is taking place with home invasion? What is taking place when it comes to lack of representation by the government of the day, watching under the watchful eyes of the opposition of Trinidad and Tobago? So my friends, come join with us today. Myself, Imam Rashid Karim, and my co-host, Mr. Premchand Baldev, we would be live on the airwaves of Sentinel Media Broadcasting, starting time 12:15 to 1:15 p.m. We invite you to join us, and those of you who are locked on, we ask you to share this video so that other people can benefit from our program. And if you feel and you have the need, you can call us at 740-3347. So once more again, this is your program, Hard Facts, where we relay information that is affecting you, the hard-working citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you. Come join with us today. Again, blessings to all. Okay, my friends, pleasant good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Those of you who are locked on via the World Wide Web, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be on WhatsApp, whether it be on TikTok, my friends, we are here, myself, my co-host, Mr. Premchand Baldev, we are here inviting you to join with us today as we discuss relevant issues that is affecting the country, the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago. We are here, my friends, doing our bidding every week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, giving you a bumper program, a 1-hour power pack program, whereby we deal with the relevant issues that will aid, that will help us to develop our country, to develop the institutions in our country, and also, my friends, to put some peace in the lives of the citizenry of this country. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you all. Do me one favor, please. Maybe you can share this video that others may really and truly benefit from our program today, because today, my friends, our program is really and truly going to be a heated program because there's relevant issues. And you know for a fact that myself and Mr. Premchand Baldev, we do not really and truly adhere to rules and regulations when it comes to oppression. And today we're going to identify some oppressions that is taking place against the communities, not only of Felicity, but in Trinidad and Tobago. So my friends, again, welcome to our program. And please stay with us, join with us, and let us be, really and truly communicating via this network for the next 1 hour. Prem?
Thank you very much, Imam. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, sir.
Namaste, and a pleasant Saturday good afternoon to our viewers on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, so to speak. Welcome to our program, Hard Facts, viewed on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. With me in studio is my Reverend Imam Rashid Karim. And we are here for the next hour or so, Imam, to deal with some serious hard facts. My friends, I would like to begin our program this afternoon by saying, best wishes and supreme blessings to the members of the Hindu community, Imam.
Same from studio.
Yes. Last night, the Hindu brothers and sisters throughout the world celebrated that grand festival called Mahashivratri, where we worship the Supreme Master of the universe in the form of Shiva, in the form of Supreme Consciousness. Everyone kept their vigil. And Imam, I must add that our Muslim brothers and sisters also took part in the celebrations of Mahashivratri. So that shows there's a fusion. There's no difference any, all right? But Imam, that being said and done, all right? The world is going through what we call a spiritual cleansing, a spiritual fasting time around this period of time, right? Shivratri has come and gone, my friends. The Hindus were fasting for the past month or so. Shivratri was only last night. It concluded 6 a.m. this morning at sunrise. And by tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, we are going directly into the holy month of Ramadan, based on the sighting of the moon in the Middle East, all right? But Imam, I'm sorry I have to bring this so early in the program, all right? I have been to the Greenwich Road Mosque that is headed by you, our Reverend Imam here, on many, many occasions to attend Jummah and that sort of thing, and prayers and meetings also. Imam, you have repeatedly made calls to the Minister of Local Government, the Mayor of Shogunas, Mr. Faik, and the relevant councillors who govern that area concerning that road that leads to the mosque, that leads to the Chinmaya mission, that leads to the Islamic funeral home. All right? And it seems that the more appeal, the more calls you have made to have that road and the drainage being restored to a respectable standard for the Islamic community to attend their Jummah and their prayers in the month of Ramadan. It seems as though your voice has reached nowhere.
Exactly.
All right? Is it spite?
I reached the point now. And I want the general populace of Trinidad and Tobago. I didn't really and truly want to enter into this part of the program at the beginning of our show here today. But since our co-host here, Mr. Premchand Baldev, saw it fit because it is something that is most relevant. It is necessary at this point in time to draw the attention of the Minister of Local Government, right? Because I tell you something, we had tried in our program, we have tried on different occasions. I got the number from Mayor Faik. He gave me a number, but it seems as though in that process at the Monday night crime wave, I kind of forget one of the number. I couldn't really and truly identify. So I asked another person to send me a number. He sent me a number to me, and I sent messages for him. Maybe he didn't get the message. I given him
the benefit of that doubt. Yeah.
But again, my friends, whether he received the message or he doesn't receive the message, I want John Public outside there. And I am calling on the Anjuman Sunatul Jamaat Association. That Jamaat belongs, and it is, it is associated with the Anjuman Sunatul Jamaat Association of Trinidad and Tobago. I didn't really want it to reach that level because I thought to myself, wait, the guy who is the mayor of Shogunas, he is Islamically oriented, and he would have understood the gravity of our situation. And it seems as though, I tell you something, 7 days gone, I want the public of Trinidad and Tobago, right? I don't want you all to take for anybody. I want you all to, really and truly examine the facts that we are bringing forward on this program today. And tell me if there's some sort of spite that is coming directly from the Shogunas Borough Corporation to the Islamic community in Felicity, knowing for a fact that I am the head of that organization, right? And basically you would have realized that on this program, we spoke against, in many occasions, against certain elements of the United National Congress. And we spoke about facts, right? Whether people like it or they don't like it, we spoke about what is taking place on the ground floor when people are saying clearly that the opposition leader must go, she must relinquish her position and put a more viable candidate. And again, my friends, this is what we have done. And it seems as though some sort of disjointed communication is in the making there. And we, on our side, in the Islamic community in Felicity, we are feeling the brunt of those decisions that is being made on this program. Right, Prima? That's my borderline.
All right. Imam, let me put a sticker pin on that topic right there.
Yeah.
Right? We will get into the nitty-gritty of it a little down in the program, all right? So, my friends, I have in my index sheet here soaring food prices. We come into that. WASA has implemented a water schedule when there were no water at all from the beginning of this year, right? We are hearing there's talk of a snap election coming up the road, okay? And that was mentioned in our program. We are the only program that mentioned that, all right? Then we have here road repairs in the borough of Shogunas. Road repairs, drainage. This is the dry season. Nothing is being done. Nothing is being activated in the borough of Shogunas, all right? We have what you call the renewal of firearms, all the requirements that are necessary for that, and we will get into that, all right? And we have, people, Imam, with the soaring food prices. When you go to the conglomerates and you go to the big supermarkets and whatnot, you see people there sitting with the children.
I want to just interject in this,
all right,
this section of your topic. Number one, right? The reason why these conglomerates are doing what they are doing at this present time, escalating the prices. For example, when we look at Cemex, we look at the cement, the building, the construction industry, we saw this monopolization taking place where the smaller entities are being bought out and then their business is being shut down and then prices escalate. We saw that when it comes to clay blocks. There were two major companies in this country, and one was bought out by the other and one was shut down immediately. That is a type of guerrilla warfare, if you all don't know. What we saw, we had two cement companies really and truly vending cement in this country. And what we saw, because of the protocol led by whether it be Cemex, whether it be agencies of Cemex, whether it be the governmental agencies, they put pressure on the other company that would have been Rockhard Cement, and that was eliminated immediately from the market. So what we have now, we only have one cement company that is selling cement to Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time. So we see, my friends, the government of the day should be held responsible. I am seeing people are championing and they are claiming that, they are protesting and they are boycotting KFC, all right? I am seeing that on a regular basis now. Everybody is boycotting KFC. Now, I want to tell you all something. Boycotting KFC is one. When we look at the amount of KFC that is available right now in Trinidad and Tobago, outlets especially, you would have crossed the 50 marker. And all those institutions, what KFCs, you could call it an institution now, they would have approximately 20 workers in that area, in that one sector. So we're talking about 1,000 workers, employees. Then we're talking about, you know, the different agencies that would bring and transport and carry and
the downstream,
and drive,
the downstreamers,
of it.
yes.
You're going to realize that maybe
they are also affected.
2,000 or 3,000 people minimum is being affected at this point in time. Now, those big agencies that is led by Prestige Holding, they would not be able to carry the loss for any much time longer. And what is going to happen is either people get laid off or people, you know, people get thrown on the breadline. My point here, my friends, is that the very said unity of that boycott that we have and we are having at this present time, can we not transfer that boycott to the property tax? Knowing for a fact that the property tax element in our society today really and truly is a draconian tax that is going to eliminate, is going to destroy, and you know what? It is going to cause a lot of people to be homeless, and people are going to go on the streets.
That is going to cause broken marriages also.
You understand? So
yes.
What we are saying here on our program, Hard Facts, my friends, is that those of you who are locked on, it is about time now that you all call the number 740-3347 and let us know what is going on, because last week I saw on the social media that a person, a pensioner,
yeah,
and the pensioner, his property rental value would have been a high sum, and then when he look at it, when you look at the monthly fees that you have to pay, it would have been equating to $400 something per month, or $500 per month. And when he added that and he dissected it and he started speaking out, he said to himself, well, he cannot because he's collecting $3,000 at this point in time. And when he immediately dissect and he put aside for whatever
he balance his monthly budget.
At this point in time, he's in arrears, and is either he eat or either he sleep in the street, and that is what the borderline is right now. So my friends, those of you who are locked on, we have, and it all goes back. You know what? It all goes back to the government when it comes to the statement that you made, when it comes to the hike in food prices and KFC price high
and cost of living in general. Yes.
All these things is directly impacting from the decisions that the government is making. When Kamla Prasad Bisesa was there, right? She had eliminated VAT from approximately 7,000
food items. Yes.
And as the PNM went in there and they took over the mantle of leadership, they eliminated that, and what they do, they brought it down to maybe a minimum of maybe a few items, maybe baby milk and something like that. But the point that I am making, my friends, those of you who are locked on, it is important that we put pressure on the opposition, because I tell you why. The opposition is our government, if you all don't know, because you and I know for a fact that we never voted PNM. We didn't vote PNM.
Correct, ma'am.
So I want to tell you all that our government, when we look at representation, our government is the United National Congress. The 335,000 people who voted, we voted for alternative government, and that would have been the United National Congress. And what we are seeing is that the representation that we are getting from them is either similar to what the government is doing or nil. And I want to ask people today, my friends, to join in our program. Let us know what is your take, what is your thought on what is taking place when it comes to the opposition, because the opposition right now is trying to see how they can remain in opposition. And that is what I'm seeing. Whether you are seeing people on different media houses saying that all she needs is 2,600 votes and so
that
forth.
That is nonsense talking, ma'am.
I mean, we have been there.
We have more than 26,000 people living under the breadline in the UNC areas.
So I tell you something, we are in for a rude awakening, my friends. Those of you who are locked on, I want you all to call this number 740-3347 and tell us if the government of the day, they have implemented this property tax already. That is already on the pipeline. Some people are paying it because one lady came and she came to my masjid. She's a member of my Jamaat, and her property was evaluated for a certain amount of money, and the yearly rental would have been $5,710. Divide that $5,710 by 12 months, and you're going to get like close to the for something.
For something, yeah.
Now, this is the same thing that I'm saying. This is the pension I'm speaking about. When you have to pay $500 out of that $3,000 that you are collecting, my friends, how are people going to live? You know what is going to happen, Trinidad and Tobago? People are going to cut down in their staple diet, and they're going to eat less vitamin food, and they might just eat starchy foods and so forth. And you know what is going to happen? They are going to erode their health.
So, Imam, starvation is facing us in front of us.
Right. And the thing about it, when starvation do prevail upon us,
crime is going to increase.
Can the government of the day, really and truly have the impact to take, the strong arm to eradicate this kind of, hardship that the citizenry will be entertaining in the very near future?
Imam, we are speaking against the property tax here. People are speaking against property tax in every nook and cranny of this country. But you're not hearing the opposition speaking against this property tax on behalf of the people.
Exactly, and this is why we have been coming out on this program. Every single program that we have, we would touch there and we ask the question, can the MPs mobilize their segment of people, their constituency of people? Can they do that? And you're going to realize that that is one of the hardest tasks to achieve, simply because many MPs in this country, members of parliament, I'm not saying ministers, because once the ministers are in government, they take care of their constituency via food cards, via hampers, via projects,
via jobs,
and so many different things. But the MPs, you might have nil, but again, you have the most integral role to play. Once you can mobilize your people, and people can see that you are mobilizing your people, my friends, then changes will come. But when you call a meeting, when the MPs call a meeting, you find in the same faces, you find in the same group of people, those people who are employed in offices, those persons who are connected to the boroughs, those are the people who are coming to meeting, and those types of people cannot win an election. If Dr. Keith Rowley call a snap election in 6 months' time, do you think, my friends, do you think that the United National Congress, under the leadership of Kamala Prasad Bisesa at this present time, is going to really and truly make a difference? So it's better Dr. Keith Rowley don't even call an election and continue being there, because an election costs money, Prim. An election costs a lot of money via mobilization, and that monies are going to come out of our pockets. So what is the use? You're going to call an election, and then you're going to remain in power, again, because, my friends, people are not willing to stand up. People are not willing to come out and stand up and say what it is that they want. You have an opposition, and the opposition, my friends, is speaking to itself.
You know why this is so, Imam? The opposition is not mobilizing, is not educating its people, it is not energizing its people. That's why everything is a standstill.
When you call a meeting, you call a forum, or you call a cottage meeting, if you call it a cottage meeting now. Because I know sometimes you get blows because forum meeting, Monday night forum, and they put a dash between before and RUM. You get a lot of blows for that, so you change your name to a Monday night cottage meeting. Very well, no problem, because you have to appease and you have to please the multitude of men and women in our society. But my point here, my friends, is that when you look, I was there, been there, and I am still there. I am still there. Nobody's going to throw me out of no UNC, because I am here to speak the truth under the banner of hard facts, letting John public know that if we continue like this, we are going to step back into opposition. While you and I are suffering, the opposition bench, the opposition members, they are enjoying, they are enjoying the spoils of war. They are benefiting. They are still benefiting, whether they are in opposition
or government.
They are still benefiting via good salaries, via cost of living, via different channels,
tax cuts and whatnot. And you know something, Imam? While they...
So my friends, again, very, very important in our program here today. Our program, Hard Facts, is a very, very important program. And here it is, we are asking John public to let those people in authority understand what is taking place presently in our country, and it needs to be addressed not only by the government, but if it is propelled properly by the opposition bench, my friends,
we could reach somewhere.
We are going to get results. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, 740-3347 is the number to reach me.
Call ceiling experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
Our program Hard Facts on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. We are here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays from approximately 12:15 p.m. to bring to you relevant issues that are affecting our people, not only of Chaguanas West constituency and the Felicity and Charleville area, but that is issues that are affecting our people throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago. And my friends, I was telling the Imam in the break period just now that prior to coming to the studio, I went to a certain conglomerate supermarket. And Imam, you know, it was shocking. It almost brought tears to my eyes. There were people there with their children, young children, some 5, 6 years old, and they are asking you for a handout of money. They are asking you, can you give us some of your groceries that you buy? That is really, really heart-wrenching. And with, you know, with this in mind, friends, when Imam was speaking about the property tax just now, starvation. From poverty, we're going to starvation now, you know. Starvation is looking at us like this, like a tiger in our face, waiting there to just pounce upon us when that property tax is being implemented by this government. So, my friends, we are moving along. And Imam, you go ahead. You want to topic.
Again, while we are on the break there, I received a call from a minister, and the minister was really and truly saddened, very much saddened, and he called really and truly to tell me that, Imam, that project could have culminated in mere days, right? So as I want to dive into that, maybe he's watching, and maybe other members of the government agencies are watching, and maybe they could override and supersede what is taking place presently when it comes to discrimination against the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, right? Director, pull that video. I want John Public to analyze this and tell me, and I will dissect it while the video is on.
The blessed month of Ramadan
Put volume. That video have volume.
is away, and we are seeing that the Islamic community in this area is being taken for granted. This project could have been completed. Right, this is the second week now. This little piece of auction here is being built, right? And we find it very, very distasteful that the Mayor of Chaguanas and the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, they are not showing any interest by communicating with members of the Islamic community as well as members of the residents of the area, right? This morning we had the opportunity of the MP for the area, Dinesh Rambali, being present, and he already have written letters to Faris Alwari, the minister. And here it is, today is Friday after Jummah prayer, and we are seeing the congregation is being disrupted simply because of this box train not being built according to the clarification and standard. What we are seeing, members, watch on this side here. If you look at the vehicles across there, right? This could have accommodated 3 vehicles before this box train started building. At presently, only one vehicle could pass here, and that is unacceptable, right? So the Felicity Muslim Organization is calling on the relevant body. We are calling on the Anjuman Sulatul Jamaat Association. This masjid, the Imam here is a member of the Asha, We are calling on the ASHA to intervene. We are calling on the relevant agency. We are calling on MP Rambali. We are calling on the Mayor of Shogunas, Mayor Faik. We are calling on the councillor for the area, Mr. Sundar Juku. The month of Ramadan is just about 3 days away, and let me tell you something. We need the assistance. We are calling on the Prime Minister. Look at this video and see what is taking place. Try to see what assistance could be rendered for the Islamic community at this point in time. Anybody have anything to say?
You have seen it all there. Normally, you would have seen maybe placards and protests and all these things taking place at that venue. But all those things was contained because I tell myself, I say, hey, look, the month of Ramadan is just about 3 days away, and let us do something peaceful so that the government, that our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago could really and truly understand the gravity of the situation that is taking place at this point in time. It is total, blatant disrespect to the Islamic community, and even so much so the residents, because Shivratri was yesterday, and it seems as though, religion doesn't really and truly cut it with these guys. They don't care a bit. I tell you all something, my friends, and those of you who are locked on, not one single day. Many of you are calling me and saying, hey, Imam, the Mayor of Shogunas is a Muslim. Many times, I tell you something, I try to get in contact with the gentleman, and he's not responsive. That's number one. Number two, I've sent messages, I have it on my phone. Number three, I have been sending messages with people who I know, who know him, and he's not responding. They have never came to us at the Philistine Masjid, both councillors, they have never came to, and you know the hard part about it, the road is governed by the both councillors. One is on the right and one is on the left. And they have never made any communication with me or members of my Jamaat so that we can be able, I tell you something, if Rashid Karim get the opportunity to build that box train on my own, I would take my own money and I would complete that box train in 2 days' time. But I tell you something, there's some vindictiveness coming from the Shogunas Borough Corporation because they know for a fact that we have been identifying the anomalies that is taking place in that Shogunas Borough. And what they are doing, they are putting pressure on the Islamic community via Rashid Karim. That is what I have come to conclusion with. You understand? This is what they are doing. And this is not only coming from the Shogunas Borough Corporation. I believe that it is coming down from a higher position. So those of you who are locked on, my friends, I want to let John Public know this, that if they give me permission tomorrow, I could build that bridge over and gain access so that my brothers and sisters who are coming to the masjid to perform their Taraweeh Salat and their fasting and all these things in the holy month of Ramadan can be accommodated. But my friends, Mayor Faik have never came out to meet with anyone from the Shogunas and the Philistine Muslim organization, not a single time. And you tell me, my friends, we have been telling you this. We told you that when they become mayor, when they become councillor, when they become whatever position, we said take out a photo and shake their hand because you're not going to see them. And so said, so done, my friends. I want people to see those videos. Director, roll the videos. Not this one, the others. The photos and stuff. The last video, the photo. All right, stop there. Go back there. Go back, Director. I want Trinidad and Tobago, right? I want Trinidad and Tobago. People might say, well, you know, we are sour grapes on this program. Myself and Prem, we are attacking the UNC. We are not attacking the UNC. This has nothing to do with UNC. This has to do with the Shogunas Borough Corporation. Watch where that one vehicle pack up. I have been telling you all what they did. People have been responding and saying that, you know, people like land, the residents like land. They love land so much that they encroach. They put their fence in the road and all these things. What is the authorities doing? The Shogunas Borough Corporation have the authority for people to shift their fences. But you know something? When you know people in high places, you get things done. Those fences supposed to go back. The TNTech pole supposed to go back. That could have been moved maybe in 1 day time. This photo that I am showing you is the present situation. It is today's situation. That photo was taken yesterday. And that is present.
So Imam, how do vehicles go in to the mosque and beyond the mosque, the village?
I tell you something. We have been targeting. I tell you something. People, John Public have to listen to this. What is happening in our country right now is that media houses are losing their clientele simply because of unscrupulous reporters. They are bought and sold. Reporters, journalists are being bought and sold.
They cannot highlight this.
They cannot, because you know why? The stipend is going to be cut from the relevant agencies. When you invite the media to come again, and it is against maybe a minister, or it is against a government agency, or it is against the borough of Shogunas, they don't respond. They don't come. You understand? And the media houses feel, and I'm paying these journalists to report, and they don't report. They are prejudiced and biased against reporting, and that is the reason why a lot of these media houses are losing their clientele. The biggest clientele for the media houses in Trinidad and Tobago is wholly and solely the government. The private sector go to social media. My friends, those of you who are locked on, I want you all to keep this in this photo here and watch and see if Imam Rashid Karim is not speaking. That is the condition of the road from Monday, Tuesday. Ramadan month is coming. Now you look at these brothers, they are very peaceful and calm. Now you are pushing the Shogunas Borough Corporation, you are pushing these people. You are pushing these people in a corner, in a hard place. When decisions are made, this is the kind of slow coach kind of work they're doing. Look at this. You see Wassa there? There's a Wassa line in the center. They're going to leave that line there. And they're going to cover that. And when debris come, that is going to block the drain. When we told them about that, they said that was Wassa responsibility. We told them about that line, and they said that is what. Yes, we know that. But could I go and tell Wassa, come and move that line? That has to be done by the agencies, namely the Shogunas Borough Corporation.
Yes.
This is what we are challenged with. And we are putting square peg in wrong hole over and over and over. And these people, they are looking for higher position. Chances are they could be the next MP for the area.
Yes.
These very said miscreants and these very said people who are trying to represent and pretending to be representative of us, the agencies.
But you know something, Imam? For the length of time, in terms of months that you have been lamenting that issue, it seems as though the political leader of the United National Congress, whom these fellas answer to, is very comfortable with the performance.
Yes. Once you
failures.
The enemy of my enemy
is my friend. Total failures.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that is what they are using. They are using that concept. So my friends, again, we are calling on the relevant agencies. If they do not repair that road by tomorrow, because we told them that, you know something, we told you all to repair the road first. And then go ahead and put box drain after. Any common sense, any dotish, irrelevant engineers could have done that. The road is more important because you all know that the month of Ramadan is coming. You could have done that 2 months ago. But why it is that you wait? You know why? Because you want to be vindictive to the Islamic community, namely Imam Rashid Karim. Because we are here on this program highlighting your anomalies week after week, and we're going to continue. If you don't call us, because we try calling you. We try calling you Mayor of Shogunas. We try calling the other councillor for the area, and he's telling me, I spoke to him once, and he said that is not his purview. Director, I have another video with the side of that box drain. I want you all to know that it's a disaster waiting to happen. Now this is the box drain here. This box drain is being built on the road. Trinidad and Tobago, where in the history of box drain building that you are going to put a box drain on the road? Huh? Where is the relevant agencies? You know, if the neighbor water go in somebody else's land, and they know the right people, they come there with the health inspector and they shut you down if you have a business. Here it is. This is a thoroughfare. Just in front of there, where the road is there, the beginning there is where the Chinmaya school is. Just lower down is the Felicity Masjid.
But Imam, the whole community is affected, not only the Muslim community.
I trying to say that all the time.
It's the whole community. Everybody.
And you know something? Here what they did. The borough of Shogunas feel is smart. Lower down the Mosque Road there, they end up giving the people some milling, some road material, because all the time they're crying and begging, give me some material, try to, you know what they did? They send down some material down in the back so that these people could be quelled down. These people could stay quiet and shut them out. And this is why we are facing this problem today. If they were united, and that is what destroyed the fabric of our society, they go behind our backs and make deals. And that is what is happening. They give materials to the back of the masjid down the road there, and these people, they are not happy. Listen, I'm not giving you all wrong. I'm not giving you all wrong. I am not giving you all wrong. Take what you're getting now, because you're not going to get anything for the next 3 years. You remember I told you, Prem?
Yes.
One guy for the election told me, he said, Imam, stop. I thought it's a drop you want. He said, Imam, I want you to cut out this finger.
Oh, God.
Cut out this finger. I say, why? He said, boy, I didn't vote for you. Because, and he tell me why. He said the night before they come and they give him 2 load of material to fix the road.
No, he had to keep that finger.
He and the whole family, I said, hey, watch, I happy for you, brother. You don't cut off
Don't
no
cut off
finger.
no finger, yes.
You wait again for election and wait till I give you 2 load of material again and vote for them. That is the problem with Trinidad and Tobago. People are fragmented. We are not united. We should be united, just like the KFC. I don't see any relevancy in that KFC boycotting now because they reduce the price $34.95 for a 2-piece. And that is normally priced in anywhere you go. You know, sometimes, right, they're quarreling about this and quarreling about that and this, that. There's a time for that. Okay, you did it. You did the KFC boycott. It was successful. Let us join and do the property tax boycott now. Don't pay no property tax. Let us unite and come out there and let us make the government of the day really and truly adjust that so that it can fit.
Withdraw it.
Withdraw it.
Withdraw it,
Yes.
yes. Now, Imam, you know, while we're on this Greenwich Road thing, you know, in Tahadil Road, right off Pierwood here, that road collapsed, my friends. I don't have the video here presently. That collapsed about 6 months ago.
More than that.
Or more. And up to now, the mayor visited that piece of that road, and nothing has been done. Local election come and go on, Christmas come and go on. That remains the same. Then we have the Bridal Road bridge to deal with. Work is moving at, it had 2 speed,
Yeah.
slow and dead slow.
Right, dead slow.
Dead slow. Work is moving at dead slow. And to you, Mr. Adrian Ali, the people of Ashraf Road, Charleville, are awaiting on your arrival in the form of doing something about that drainage and that road. It is just as bad as Greenwich Road.
I will come again and check your program.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you the reason why. You see, if the people like myself, let me just say myself.
They vote short there.
Right, myself, right? I've been telling people from day one that I just waiting for the rainy season. Just wait, my people of Trinidad and Tobago. I want you all, this is a circus. This is a circus that is taking place. Right? It's going to be a grand fiasco when we bring those videos to you when the rainy season comes. And all the problem that is being faced with at this present time could have been resolved. But you know what? They're trying to facilitate a certain individual in the area. That individual and the whole entire entourage of people in that back street there, they block up the ravine, a 6-foot ravine that was taking the water out. Where is the law? Where is the governmental agencies? Where is the Ministry of Works? Why it is that you can't, your people, I happy with the government. When the government don't, when you are suffering and you don't make proper representation, it's your fault.
Correct, yes.
This morning I driving through the back road there, right? Going to the masjid. And when I coming out from the masjid, I would have seen, and I will take out that picture and show you, I will take out that photo and show you in our next program. A drain that has the capacity about 8 feet wide. How much? 8 feet wide. And they have a cylinder right now, it's about a 16-inch cylinder. How you expect that water? How do you expect that water to pass through there? Huh? How you expect that water to pass through that small opening?
And you know, Imam, it's men with degrees, qualifications, holding high office, make that decision.
And I tell us something, Prem, you know, if your neighbor go in the borough and they know somebody in the borough,
They get, I don't know.
and you have a little drop of water running across in their wire with a fence, or something like that happening.
It's problem for you,
They
you know.
come there, they make you break down
Yeah.
that, you know. They make you pull down that shed. They make you do everything. They're oppressing the people. The Shogunas Borough Corporation, led by Mayor Faik, you all are oppressing your agencies and your people in there, your team. I'm calling on your team. You are oppressive to the Islamic community. I want to let you all know Monday coming is the month of Ramadan, is the entry into the month of Ramadan. I'm not going to be like this. But I have to be like this because you all are not listening. You know, there's language, there's a language called donkey language. That is a language that I have to learn because it seems as though the human language, right, the English language that we use, the dialect that we use is not reaching you all. So I have to learn a different language to speak with you all. You all have taken up the position. You don't like me. You don't like Premchand Baldev. We don't have a problem with that. You can't, pressure the community because, certain elements in your party don't like us because we are speaking the truth. We are coming outside here identifying the anomalies and you are putting pressure on the whole community because of that. We're going to do this constantly until you all listen. Trinidad and Tobago, Director, I want you to see that, show that the last photo that I sent for you. I want you all to see the condition, and this week coming here, either Monday or Tuesday. Look at the condition. That is yesterday. That is where the Islamic community, just behind that is the mosque. And I want John Public to see something. You see that wall on the left-hand side there? The wall on the left-hand side there, that is a full brick wall. That road making a right turn. When we and the people from the masjid and the residents of the area pass in there, that is a dead corner. Chances are we are going to make accidents. Many accidents took place there already. But again, you know, nobody is doing anything, nobody is saying anything, and they like it so because you know why? The mayor of Shogunas and the agencies in Shogunas might give you all a couple of loads of material more, and then you're going to remain silent. Do not be bribed by the Shogunas Borough Corporation.
Imam, this calls for drastic action, not peaceful protest.
Look at that. Look
drastic
at that.
action.
You know, if this was in John, this was somewhere in Karanaj.
That
this was
already.
somewhere in some other area. You know, in Kunupia, they bump some tire, in 2 days' time they got water. We're going to remain like this because you know why? We are not united. This is a Muslim thing. This is not a community thing. That's the Muslim.
Yeah.
Let them suffer.
Let the Imam break.
Let the Imam break like a jack. Let them suffer. That doesn't happen. Hey, people of Trinidad and Tobago, we are suffering in this area, and we are calling on the relevant agencies to ensure that that road repair for Ramadan. Let's take a break.
Welcome back, friends, to our program Hard Facts on Sentinel Media Live Broadcasting. My friends, Imam, this studio has turned into a war zone, you know.
Exactly.
Right? We have war in the Gaza, and we have a mini war in Trinidad and Tobago. So, my friends, you know, everyone knows that crime is a big problem in Trinidad and Tobago, except the government. They don't know that. My friends, there's something called primary school violence, gang violence now, where a seven-year-old student of some school in Trinidad and Tobago was beaten up badly by 7-year-old, 8-year-old students of the same school. We have a video here that deals with the effects of crime and home invasion. Director, can you pull that video, please?
Home invasions are on the rise in Trinidad and Tobago, and I think I know one of the main reasons why. Now, I think our leaders are deliberately allowing crime to get out of control. So, by extension, home invasions will increase. When this happens, people will get scared, and they will be afraid to keep large sums of money at home. So, the next natural step will be to put it in the bank. Some will invest, but the majority will run to the banks for salvation. Now, when we put our money in the banks, we give them power over it. We all know a bank can deny withdrawal for whatever reason. Now that you give the bank control over your money, there may come a day when you wake up and hear all the banks are closed, or only allowing a certain maximum amount of cash to be withdrawn. Just imagine the panic and chaos that will come from that. Now, for a short time, money will have value, and you will be able to purchase the essentials, but be mindful that there may be rationing. Now, when the grocery shelves become empty, your money will become worthless. A hungry, fearful, and desperate population will accept whatever so-called solution the government offers, even if it means their own enslavement. Sounds like 2020 all over again, doesn't it? So, in my humble opinion, we should be stocking up on the essentials. We should also have a sum of cash well hidden away, so even if home invaders ransack the place, they won't find it. The amount that you hide away is a personal choice. You will need to take into consideration certain factors, like a newborn baby or elderly parents that need medical care at home. You will need to work that out for yourself. Finally, we all need to understand that our so-called leaders are puppets of an elite group. And this elite group are puppets of fallen, non-human entities who have guided human history for thousands of years. The only true way out of this mess is repentance from sin and following the God of the Bible.
These are some of the chain reaction where crime is concerned and high food prices inflicted upon the citizens by the government of the day. My friends, crime is a big business, Imam. Lawyers benefit from crime, all right? What you call bailers benefit from crime. The police service, the vehicles to take criminals or shall I say prisoners to and from the courts and the prison, it is big business in this country. But what is happening? We see nothing being done.
Our problem, and I would say it over and over and over, when you put square pegs in wrong hole, it would not fit. Number one, we have been lamenting on this program time and time again. Really and truly, are these MPs, and I use the word members of parliament, and their cohorts, are they really and truly seeking our interests, or are they seeking their own interests? That's a question begged to be asked here on this program. Because I'll tell you all something. When you look at the viability of politics in this country, the country is right now starving. The country is starving. We are in a position of general starvation when it comes to leadership. When it comes to leadership in both entities, whether it be the PNM or the United National Congress. Right? And I tell you something, my friends, if these leaders really and truly were thinking about the citizenry of this country, if they only think about the citizenry of this country, maybe just for 1 hour per day, we are going to live a better life. But my friends, I tell you all something, the only time they would ever think about you or know that you exist is either you're dead, either you are murdered, or either you are protesting. That is the only time, you know, you will really and truly be identified with something. You understand? I want to tell you all something today. I want to just take a minute. Really and truly send my deepest condolences to a fallen officer by the name of Ruben Niranjan. Right? This gentleman here, I want to let you all know, this guy here, he died 2 days ago, right? And this guy, my friends, is a resident of Felicity.
Member of the TTPS?
A member of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And he did yeoman service. I tell you something, he would have recommended, I work in secret with him, in the sense that there are many persons when it comes to the Islamic faith who had problems in different areas in Trinidad and Tobago. Whether it be domestic violence, whether it be poverty, whether it be crime. And this gentleman, my friends, he would really and truly communicate with those individuals who are impoverished, who are suffering. And you know something? He would recommend individuals for assistance via the agencies that I belong to. I want to say a hats off to Mr. Ruben Niranjan. He was a true patriot of Trinidad and Tobago. He was a well-liked person in our community. He would speak out, whether it be against the pundit, the priest, the imam, whether it's the commissioner of police, whether it is the hierarchy, whether it is the politician. This gentleman, he was short in stature, but he was grand, my friends, when it comes to heart. Right? So again, to his loving wife, Linda, Sister Linda, and her 2 kids, I just want to extend my deepest sympathies and condolences from this program, Hard Facts, and from the Islamic community in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm sure that he's going to be well recognized for his service under the TTPS. But again, my friends, when you are losing members of your community at those tender age, he would not have reached 50 years yet. right? He had a little ailment, a little problem that he had with his health, and the law took him back. All right. So again, on behalf of Sentinel Media, our program Hard Facts, I would like to extend to the Niranjan family our deepest sympathies and our deepest condolences. May God Almighty bless the family as we continue.
Yeah. Imam, you know, during the break, just we received some phone calls here. People who are holders of FUL, and they are in the process of renewing their FUL, so to speak. All right. What they are stating is that they are asking us here in Sentinel Media Broadcasting to appeal to those in authority, most likely the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of National Security, on the exorbitant fees that is required to be paid at the relevant police stations when they go to renew their FUL. You want to add a little bit to that?
I guess to give you a little idea, right? For those of you who have 2 firearms, 3 firearms, you're going to realize that the value of it would have been $400 each. And then again, you have to pay $300 for the book. I don't understand that. I don't understand why you have to pay for book. So if you have 2 firearms, maybe you have 5, 6 firearms, you're going to realize that your fees now is going to reach $3,000, $4,000 in fees. Now the problem here is that those receipts has to be handwritten. And when you look at the different stations that you have to go to, right? I don't understand if the government of the day have thinkers or they have jokers. You know for a fact that you are instituting all these things. You are asking for so many requirements, right? Who you are leaving the same sergeant to work these shifts, and you are not sending, other personnel to assist him, and he has to write all those receipts handwritten. My friends, again, you tell me, where is the educated ones when it comes to government, when it comes to governance in this country? Things like that, you could utilize people in the different agencies, shift the podium a bit, and bring, this is a period because I think you have January, February, March, April is the deadline for it, and get people involved, get some clerks from the different agencies, come sit in areas, and you know something? Get people to inspect the firearms and the ammunitions and so forth. That would have been the police officers and so forth. And
but the actual writing of the receipts could be done by civilians.
Yes.
Right?
And it's simple things like that, we have to bring it to the attention of the Commissioner of Police. Why it is that you are the Commissioner of Police when you can't understand, you have to use methods and strategies to expedite. Imagine a businessman has to leave 2 days and 3 days to go across to PLIs. That makes sense?
And his whole day?
Yeah, it's 2 and 3 days you have to go. When you go down there and you see 5, 6 people, and they have, you watch the amount of guns they have and ammunitions they have, 2, 3, 4, 5 to check. That is going to take time. That is the reason why you need to get other officers involved for this process.
Hire some OJT.
No OJT.
Yeah, no.
You're bringing police officers from different agencies.
Oh, you mean right? Good.
Get
Yes.
them because this is a serious thing. Businessmen wouldn't like John public to know
No,
how much
exactly.
family, how much firearms they have, and how much ammunition they have. That is privileged information. That has to be known by the TTPS alone. And all these things, I watch it, like for example in Shogunas. You going down in the back of the Shoguna station to do that. People had to walk with a big briefcase with their guns.
Everybody's seeing your business.
Everybody's seeing your business, watching you. Maybe before you reach home, they snatch your gun. Because your gun already locked up in a briefcase, and you walking with it. Hey, let me be sensible now.
Also, Imam, one caller stated that in the JSC, the Joint Select Committee meeting with the Commissioner of Police, she stated that there are approximately 25,000 applications, some already processed, waiting signature of approval or denial on her desk. And she stated that she has only granted 100, right, in her term of office so far. Madam Commissioner of Police, people want to know the status of their FUL application. You need to do something via your office to inform people what is the status, and maybe you can say why you are not granting it. Because your office is an independent one.
I would give suggestions to people outside here. Those of you who have your firearm application for maybe 12, 15 years and it has not been
processed
as yet, I think you should all take a lawyer or take an attorney and write the Commissioner of Police via the National Security Ministries and so forth and get some sort of redress. Because that is ridiculous. People application has been there for the period of time and they die. Prem,
Yeah.
they
They
died.
died.
Now family had to send in death certificate because maybe the commissioner of police said, okay, this application is 15 years
Granted.
old. I'm granted.
The person
and,
died,
and
though.
the person died. Right? You receive a call, hey, you know so-and-so, Mr. So-and-so.
He has passed on a long time.
So-and-so. You had to tell them now, this gentleman passed on. I mean, how ridiculous we could be. That is the same thing happening with NIS and all these different agencies. People are dying and they have not collected their NIS and their death benefits. People are dying and nobody is able to process it because it's taken. Wife die and husband die. Huh? Imagine this. A man die and the beneficiary is his wife.
And she also died.
Yeah, that's supposed to go across here. And the period it taken, this lady come and die, who is going to get that? Who is going to get that? This is the system. This is how slow. That brings me back to the box train. That brings me back to the box train, the kind of slow process that is taking place to build. Let me tell you something. A bridge that capacity would take 2 days. And that has already taken 12 days already. Going in 13 days today. And you know something? The mayor of Chaguanas is not going to pose there. He's not coming to do no WhatsApp
no
there.
TikTok video
no
there.
No TikTok video there because you know why? That is irrelevant. But if you open a big, a big conglomerate somewhere in one of the malls or somewhere of these, that is the area that they will visit.
Publicity.
Publicity.
Good
my
publicity.
Friends. So my friends, again, you might say we bashing the mayor of Chaguanas. We're not bashing the mayor of Chaguanas. We're bashing the position of that he's holding. You are holding a position and you are restricting that position to those people who you care about and who you don't care about and who you feel that might not be benefit to you, bring benefit to you. You don't relate to them. So we see how long you taking. Mayor of Chaguanas, let me see how long you taking to repair that road. Let me see how long you taking because I tell you something. There's a verse in the glorious Quran. I don't want to reach that level. But there's a
Say
verse,
it, Imam.
yeah,
Say
there's
it.
a verse in the
Maybe
Quran.
it will wake him up.
Yeah, the verse in the Quran. Woe, you know what is the meaning of woe?
Yes.
Right. Woe to those individuals or those persons who hinder men from worship.
Damnation to them. They will burn in the fires of hell.
That is what I'm saying. Woe to those people. And you know something? A reporter, a certain individual called me and asked me if it have an alternative route. I feel that was debasing to me.
Which alternative route to go to the masjid?
Yeah, to go to the masjid. So he mean that they could take how long? Because it have an alternative route.
Yeah.
And if I tell you something, the alternative route is in the cane field. That was the old cane field road. And that road is really and truly bad. People have seen that and they are turning back and they are not coming to the masjid because of you. So the point that I'm making is the Quran say, woe to those people who hinder men from worship, who keep men away from worship. And if that box drain and that bridge that you are building, that is not your monies. Let me tell you something. Normally, it would have about 8 or 10 people working on a project like that. It had 2 people. They're working like Morocco. They're working like turtles. How slow they're working. Right? And you know something? If they come and communicate with the Islamic community or the residents of the area, come out and talk. Why it is that you are hiding? I am no beast. The Imam of the mosque is no beast. I know last year they run somewhere else to break fast. They didn't come to the masjid to break fast. You was there, Prem?
Yes, I was here.
You was there, Prem?
We are a scanty crowd.
Yeah, they went somewhere else to break fast because they know that they're going to get pressure from the community. That box train was built since last year, you know.
Imam, let me tell you something. Ramadan will come this year and finish, and that box drain will remain unfinished also.
No, it would not. I am going to repair that box drain. If the mayor of Chaguanas and the minister of local government doesn't see it fit to do that, I, Rashid Karim, and the Felicity Muslim Organization, and the residents of Greenwich Road, we are going to build that privately. We're going to fix that because I tell you something, that is hindering men from worship. When I use the term men, it means men, women, children, boys,
That's
girls.
an act of abomination.
Yes, that is abomination.
Abomination, just like the
Because you are
LGBT.
preventing, imagine this, that people are, just like how you all had Shivaratri Prem.
Yes.
You all were very much happy. You put on your nice white
Yes.
jubba, your clothes,
Correct, yes.
and you went and you meditate and you prayed and all these things. Similarly, the Christian, the Roman Catholics and the Christian community, they are celebrating Lent and Easter and all these things. The Islamic community, on the other hand, the Muslim community in central Trinidad, namely Greenwich Road, Felicity, under the purview of the Mayor of Chaguanas, Mayor Faik Mohammed, and Sundar Juku, the councillor for the area. I think Sundar Juku is a Hindu, and maybe he went to do Siratri Puja and prayers yesterday, and he enjoyed himself. Mr. Mayor and Mr. Gill, we fondly call him as Gill, right? We want you all to come down there. We want to invite you all to come there and look at the condition. Ramadan month is just 2 days away. I want you all to see how it is feel that we are paying. And you know something? The government of the day implementing property tax for what? For these jokers and them?
To draw good salaries,
money,
yes.
To take the money just to pay salaries, and they're not even coming to communicate. They are not communicating. That is the hard part. That is the crazy part about all this. They have not communicated with nobody.
They are not taking your calls.
They are not taking calls and they are not communicated. They are not responsive. They are not responsible. They are not taking any responsibility. It seems as though that box drain is being built by some alien nation. Because we don't know where is our councillor. Where is Councillor Faik? Where is Councillor Sundar Juku? Where are you guys? The Muslim community in Felicity, namely the residents of Greenwich Road, would like to see you all. So my friends, I don't really want my pressure to go up, please.
You'll see them for the next general election.
Please, so those of you are locked on, this is really and truly very emotional for me, right? Knowing for a fact that the Islamic community look forward, right? They look forward
to the sighting of the moon for Ramadan.
For the month of Ramadan. To really and truly dive into the ocean of worship and really and truly to be able to cleanse themselves. Because sometimes, I tell you something, I am an imam. Sometimes you don't want to commit sins. But you had to commit sins because of these blokes. Because of these crazy people. You go in the license office, they give you 6 and 7 months to transfer a vehicle. Like you're begging them. Huh? You go in immigration, you can't get a passport. You go for your ID card, you can't get that. You go in the hospital, you can't get a bed. You look for a little material to patch a hole, you can't get that. You go in Wassa, you know the new strategy in Wassa? This new strategy in Wassa is to take an illegal connection. That is what is going on right now, if you all don't know.
And our people are happy with that, Imam.
You understand?
Yes.
Not our people,
we are happy with that.
The normal people like ourselves, we cannot do anything.
No.
We have championed, we have voted for certain individuals in our community to represent us. And as they sit in that throne, they sit in that chair, they sit in that position. Well, I tell you something, Kobo, eat your supper because they don't care about you again.
We become footmats.
Yes,
they
don't
wipe
care
the
about
dirty
you
shoes
again.
and go away.
All they're concerned with is that they're high and mighty position and they're trying to keep that and they're here and they want our next position higher. And they want our next position higher.
And they will get it.
And you know something, they're striving to be prime minister.
They will get it, yes, they will get it.
That is what they're looking for. My friends, again, we want to thank you all very, very much. Again, we want to thank you all very, very much.
Imam, before we close, Director, I sent you a video entitled Caption Snap Election. Can you just put that for a second in the screen, please? With some volume. Forward, listen to this, people.
An election is due sometime soon. You will be advised. And when you are advised, you will be energized. And when you are energized, you will know that your interest lies with the political party that took us to independence, took us to Republican status, took us through all our difficulties, and is responsible for all the positives that you can point to in Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, that party is the People's National Movement.
We mentioned that in our last program. I mentioned that a snap election is going to be called, whether it is snap or maybe a little before the election date, it will be called. And you know something, Imam, I have a big question for you. You calm down, right? Yeah, I see you still building kind of fast day, right? Whenever that election date is called, the UNC has 19 seats, not so? They need 3 seats to form the government. Which 3 seats from the PNM are they going to steal or win? And they want to march into governance. We leave you with that, my friends.
I'll tell you something. And this is something I've been telling you all over and over and over, okay? When you look at the status quo of the PNM, they already have 2 seats in Tobago that is not going to deviate, that is not going to change. That 2 seat is going to remain there. It is going to remain PNM. Because it seems as though The United National Congress can never make a dent into Tobago. They cannot make a dent in Tobago. Reason is known, not unknown. The reason is known. And when we look at Trinidad, when we look at the temperament of Trinidad, you're going to realize that there's approximately 18 seats that is tribalistic. And when you look at the PNM, you're going to realize that it's around the same. Really and truly, the election is really won in just about 2 or 3 seats. My team and my group and my team were very much instrumental in bringing back the Moruga Tableland seat. And that is a well-known fact by the PNM. That is a well-known fact by the PNM. Matters not, we were taken for granted by the United National Congress. And I am telling you, if Kamla Prasad Bisasa remains the political leader of the party, I am telling you all this. I am telling you all this. Whether you like me or you don't like me, I am telling you all this. That is one seat that's going to be lost.
Going back to
That is going back to the PNM. And another thing that you have to understand, those of you who are locked on, is that you have the power. You have to go down there and light some fire under your MPs. Under your MPs' throne. And let them know that they are not getting paid to really and truly sit down there and go in parliament and waste time. And negotiate bills and bills and bills and more bills. And they are not conducting the people's business when it comes to unification and uniting the burgesses and the constituency at that level. People need to be motivated. People need to see. We must have every single MP must have a monthly meeting. Call a monthly meeting and report to your constituency. We don't have to report to you. They feel that, the people had to report to them. We want something, we had to go and beg them. They're supposed to be moving around. And they're supposed to be uniting with the councillors. And the councillors are supposed to be reporting with the MPs. They don't have that.
That will never happen in Chaguanas West.
In Chaguanas West.
That will never happen.
The councillors, they don't meet. They don't meet with the MP.
They are bigger than the MP.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that is the reason why, because of their non-communicating and their non-communication, people like myself, like that area there, that Greenwich Road area there, that Greenwich Road, that box drain could have already repaired and it could have been paved. Because I tell you all, Trinidad and Tobago, I want to let you all know that you have a voice anywhere in Trinidad, that you have the very said problem, and you want to come here and sit on this chair and identifying this studio, Sentinel Media Broadcasting, is going to give you that honor and is going to give you that privilege to air your problems. Right? I tell you something, wait till the rainy season come and they see all this box drain at the building, it's going to backfire on them. And the problem with that, my friends, is one thing. They are accommodating certain individuals in that area, and they have blocked off the ravine. They have blocked off the ravine. They have blocked off the ravine. And the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, they're supposed to be very instrumental in identifying those water courses headed by the Ministry of Works. Right? All those water courses that has been blocked up. That is the reason that you get flooded. It is not because of Dr. Keith Rowley. It is not because of the Minister of Local Government. It is because you, the people, stay quiet when your neighbor, your friends, and your family, when you yourself block the drain and the water courses, block it off, and then you want to complain to the government causing that. The government causing that. No, my friends, you have to address that situation by calling the relevant agencies and let them know that this land developer, this person who is constructing, this person who is building, he is blocking the water course. I'll show you all something next week in our program. Right? So stand by. My friends, those of you who are locked on, again, we want to thank you all very, very much.
So, Imam, just now,
You want to come? You want to come to the
Salary Review Commission,
Yeah.
right? The figures were sent back to them. I wonder why. Is it that they are demanding more, or is it that there are mass discrepancies in arriving at that figure? We leave you with that, my friends.
All right, so again, those of you who are locked on, thank you very much. All our loyal listeners, all those who have texted us, those who have called us, special thanks to the minister who called. At least they give us some sort of, at least some sort of appreciation that, they understand clearly what is taking place at the Chaguanas Borough Corporation. And my friends, again, we want to thank you all continuously from the depths of our hearts. As I close, I'm not forgetting my friend, my fellow activist, a true patriot, Ruben Niranjan has passed on, and deepest condolences to his family. I thank you, and a pleasant good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.